Good morning, friends. Welcome to my channel Salesforce Fighters. Today start Salesforce developers interview questions and technical levels and requirements Deloitte MNC company. So interview level questions. So without wasting more times, let's start the video. First questions: how would you write a and apex triggers for automating the process whenever a new contact is created that is assigned it to and exiting the account based on the custom feeds value. To tackle this is task, UID write a before insert triggers on the contact object. The triggers would over the incoming the contact use a SOQL query for find a matching the account based on the custom feeds and then associated the contact with that is account. Remember to the bulkify the triggers on the handle multiply records and avoid the SQL queries. Inside loops to the prevent governor limit issue. Here is a simplified versions for what the code might look like. Triggers assign contact to the account on the contact before insert. Map string and account map is equal to new map string account. For the contact triggers now, account map dot put contact custom feeds contact nulls. Bulk SQL query to the retrieve matching the account for account select ID custom ID from account where custom feeds contact in account map key set. Account map put dot account custom feeds contact account. For contact triggers new account the matches account is equal to account map dot get contact the custom feeds and contact. If match accounts is equal to nulls, contact dot account ID is equal to match account ID. Next questions. Carve a SQL query to the retrieve all close one opportunity with a total value greater than 1 million within the last FISOL quoters. The query will need to the filters based on of the opportunity stage amount and the close date fields. Here is a how you could structure it. Select ID, name, close date, amount from opportunity where the stage name is equal to close one and amount the 1 lakh and close date last fees all the quarters. Next questions. Write a test class for the Apex class that is include the methods to put a custom feeds on all opportunity records related to the and accounts. The test class must be right to ensure that is the methods behave correctly when the updating to the opportunity. The text class would you create text data for the account and opportunity, invoke the methods, and then assert that the opportunity have been updated appropriately is test. Private class text opportunity update is text static the avoid text update and opportunity create and insert and accounts text is equal to new the account name is equal to text account insert text create text and value and insert the opportunity options is equal to new opportunity name and opportunity stage name and prospecting close date today account id is equal to text account id opportunity opposite 2 is equal to new opportunity name is equal to opposite 2. Opportunity 2. Stage name and prospecting. Close date today. Account ID is equal to text account ID. Insert new the list opportunity first and opportunity second. Call the methods to text your the apex class name and updating the opportunity text account ID. Query the updated opportunity. List opportunity updated and opposite and select custom fields and form the opportunity where the accounts and is equal to text account ID. Perform the for the opportunity options and updated and op options. System the assert equal the expected value options and custom fields accounts contacts. Next questions. Describe how you do sorry describe how you would implement a batch apex class to the update opportunity that have been inactive for over the years. Batch apex is ideal for the processing large data set since in the allow you to the define a job that is can be the divide into the manageable chunk, thus avoiding the governor limit. The class avoid the implementing the database batchables of yes object interface and topically include three methods: start, execute, and finish. Here is simple structure on the that class might look like. Global class inactive the opportunity batch implement and database the batchable object. The start the methods define the scope of records that will be the process. Global database query the locators start database batchables contact BC and return the database get query locators. Select the ID last active the date from opportunity where the last active the date today add years and it is close is equal to flash. The execute methods does the actual work. It is a call once for the each batch for the records. Global avoid the execute and database batchable the content. BC list opportunity and scope for the opportunity scope. Set some fields on of the opportunity to the make it as inactive. For the example, opportunity is active uh, contact is equal to flash. Perform the update DML operation outside the loop update and scope. The finish method is a call after all the batchables are processed. Global avoid finish database batchables context BC. You can set an emails notification right to the long to execute this batch class. You would it in Apex using the database execute batch methods, specifying the batch size according to the user needs. Next questions, explain your the approach to the private hitting the governor limit in the in complex the Salesforce triggers. In Salesforce Apex triggers must be the designing the carefully to avoid hitting governor limits and particularly when dealing with large set of data. Here is how you can avoid this limit. Bulkify the code, write the triggers that can be the handle multiple records at a times. Optimize queries, make the sure that SQL queries are the outside of for the loops and are the selectives using index feeds, limit DML operation, accumulate records to the update or insert in the list and perform DML operations outside of for the loops. Use features or queryable for the operation that can be done asynchronously. Use features methods queryable apex to the offloads processing. Static variables use static variable to ensure code within the triggers does not execute multiple names. Errors handling. Implement the robust errors handling to the catch and manage expectations without the reaching the governor limits. Test and monitors. Always test your the triggers under expected data value and monitor then using the limit class. Next questions. How can you perform a long running operations on Salesforce records without implementing the user's experience? In Salesforce operations that take a long time to complete can be executed asynchronously to the ensure they don't affect the user's experience. Asynchronous executions can be the achieved thought virus methods, including features methods, mark methods with features to run asynchronously. Batch Apex handle large data set by the breaking the operations into the smaller batches. Curable Apex similar to the features methods but provide more the flexibility and the ability to the change jobs. Schedules, schedule Apex execute class at a specified times. Here is an example for future methods that is a perform on operations asynchronously, public class and long running the operations. Futures public static avoid perform operations set ID record, records ID list account to update select ID name from account where ID in records ID long running the operation here's update accounts and to update. Next questions. Write is the triggers frameworks and why should you use one of the Salesforce development. Triggers is framework is a Salesforce is a structures organized way to the writing the triggers that is a promoted code the reusability and meaning maintaining ability. It's help the managing the complexity that is come with the having multiple triggers on the same object or triggers frameworks topically involved a single triggers per object that is delegate the logic to the handlers class says these operations see operations of concern make the codes cleaner and easier to the text. Here is a basic example of the triggers famous patterns. Triggers account the triggers on accounts before insert and before update. Accounts triggers in handler triggers new account triggers in handlers. If triggers is a before, it is a triggers in is insert. Handlers on the before insert triggers is new is if triggers is updated. Handlers on before and updated triggers new triggers in old maps. Similarly, handle after the insert after the update it. Next questions, what are the best practice for the writing text classes in Apex? Writing effective the text classes in the Apex is curables for the ensuring code quality and functionality best practice include text or use case, cover both positive and negative scenario, use the text data, utilize the text setup to the create text records once and use them in the multiple text methods, avoid the hard coding ID, create text data within text classes, insert of applying on the existing data, assert result, use system assert and equal and system assert not equals. Valid outcomes. Bulk test. Ensure your code work with the single records as well as with bulk records. Check governor limits. Use text start start, start test and test stop text to the reset the governor limit and to the text asynchronous code. Next, use descriptive the method's name. Make it is clear what each text method is extended to the variable. Next questions. What designing patterns are the frequently used to Apex and can you the give an example for on? Designing patterns are the repeatable and solution to the common the problems is the software designing in Apex. The frequently using the designing patterns are a single patterns ensure that its class has one only one is a enhance and provided is a global point of access to it. Factory patterns created object and without the specifying the exact class of object that is will be created. Decorators pattern add new the functionality to the and exiting the object without the altering in the structures. Strategy patterns enables methods to be selected at a runtimes. An example of the singleton patterns in Apex. Public class singleton examples. Private the state in singletons. Example enhance. Private the singletons examples. Private the construct, constructor to the prevent direct installations. Public static the single. Third example get enhance. If enhance null is equal to null. Enhance is equal to new single tone and example return the enhance. Next question, how do you handle null value in Apex to the prevent null pointer expectations? Next questions, a client want to the ensure that is only one must resend opportunity record for each account is the mark as a primary. How would you automated this is a Salesforce? To automated this is a, I would use an apex triggers on the opposite object. The triggers would fire on the after insert and after update event. It would query for the exiting the opportunity related to the accounts order by the creations create date on the custom priority feeds. Triggers would be triggers mark all the others non-primary updated test primary. Next questions, and integration is a sending order large value of data to a Salesforce and you notice it is a using the governor limits issue that issue. What step would you take to the resolve this? First, ID review the integrations is batch size to the ensure that is within Salesforce bulk operation limit. Next, ID optimize the code for the bulk processing possibility by the implementing the batch apex to process large data set. Asynchronously, it is ID also look into the using features, methods, and queryable apex for operation that is don't need to the be processed immediately, thus avoiding the asynchronous limit issues. Next question, how would you design a Salesforce solution to track and manage custom feedback received from the multiple channels? I did create a custom object for feedback with the feeds the captures virus data point ID. Then utilize the Salesforce omni channels capability to the integrate the different feedback channels automations to like the process builders flow and would be used to route route feedbacks records on to be appropriate. Teams, reports, and dashboards would be the set of the analyze and train the monitoring. Next question, you are the task with designing the complex approach approval process that is involve and multiple department with the dynamic approach the step. What approach the would you take? I would leverage leverage Salesforce approach the process with the dynamic approach routing using the custom metadata or the custom settings. I could store in departmental approach the hierarchy and use Apex to dynamically generate the approval that step based on of the records criteria. I would also but in flexibility to the format change in the process on the hierarchy. Next questions, technical. The the sales team want to the real time the leaderboard on on their Salesforce homepage in inactive incentive the performance. Would you build this for the real time the leaderboard ID recommend lightning compounds that is utilize stream streaming API push and update to the uh, leaderboard as the happen the compounds would be the display data from the custom object and aggregate sales fingers and would use SQL query and retrieve the and display rankings of sales team members. Next questions: how would you implement system to the automated assign new leads to the sales rep and based on of their current work on the expertise within the Salesforce. ID set up the custom leads and assign machines using the Apex. It would consider the number of open leads already assigned to the each. If and there is areas, for example, which would be stored in the custom fields or related object. This is logic that would be expected when a new leads is created, ensuring the balance and intelligent distribution of the leads. Next questions. You have to ask an issue that is quality by the preventing the creations of duplicate records in Salesforce. How do you tackle this? Salesforce offer a duplicate management tools that is would be configure I identify the potentials, duplicate open the records, creations or the update. If more the complex criteria are the needed, I would be create apex triggers to the check for duplicate assign a set of the defined conditions before allowing the records to be the saved. Next questions, a client need to the astronaut. There is external inventory management. The system with the Salesforce is real time. What solution would you propose? I would propose using Salesforce external service to create a direct connection to be the client and inventory management systems. API, this is a allow real-time communication between two systems. If the external system support an outbound message, that is a cloud also would also be the variable approach to ensure that is astronaut happens as a change occur. Next question there. If the marketing teams want to the automatically segment contact into the different campaign based on of the integrations history, how do you automate the Salesforce marketing? The segmentations will be the automated using the combination of the Salesforce process builder Apex ID create criteria process builders to trigger Apex class, and that is a segment contact based. There is an integration history store in the custom object in feeds and then enrolls enroll them into the approach campaigns. Next question, describe how you would be features in Salesforce to allow customers to the schedules appointment which must then go approved by staff. ID is the combination of the custom object for appointment scheduling and Salesforce approval the process handle the approval by staff customers could schedules appointment view a Salesforce community and staff will be approved that is directly with Salesforce, ensuring the streamlined process. Thank you so much, friends. Very important video and Salesforce developer questions and technical related questions. And please my channels like, subscribe and share. Thank you so much, friends. Bye.